You always want to do the most important thing first. I've always only wanted to be a composer, right? So I'm composing this music every day and have been since 2005.
Right. Which is a lot of days.
A lot of days.
Right. So unfortunately for you, we become friends. And so I say, hey, you've been doing this for so long. What are you doing with this stuff? Because shouting into the void, right? Like if a tree falls in a forest, doesn't make a sound. Who cares? Why don't you start posting this? I dare you to post. What was it? First, a song a week?
My goal was to post a song a day.
Song a day. Okay.
Right? So I go to register and distribute my music through DistroKid and SoundCloud. So I enter the information into DistroKid.
Right.
I enter the exact information into SoundCloud.
Right.
Because I work in the music industry and I know all the things that we've been talking about, I enter that exact same information into ASCAP.
Right. For your writers.
Yep.
And then again for your
I enter
publishers.
the exact same information in for publishing.
Right.
Then I enter the exact same information into the MLC.
Right.
Then I enter the exact same information into Sound Exchange. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous.
This sucks. So now you were getting up and you were making your cup of coffee, and instead of spending 4 to 6 hours writing, you were spending 4 hours entering the same information at least 6 times for every song every day, and you've been writing since 2005, which means you have hundreds and hundreds of songs to do this for. You don't get credited and you don't get paid unless all the data on all the sources lines up correctly.
Yep.
So you actually had a leg up. You knew where to go and how to do this, and it still ate all of the time that you could have spent making music typing.
That's correct.
And that sucks.
Absolutely. I was no longer doing what I love doing, what I was created to do.
Yeah, you weren't doing what you loved to do. You were doing what you had to do.
Exactly.
Back in the day, when the only way you could do this is go into $1 million studio and have a major label thing, they hired people who would do all of this stuff. The systems that got set up for it were set up for a bunch of minions who could do this while you were going and doing art. Now we're dealing with the fact that, do you want to do art or do you want to do data entry? Like, do you want to do music or do you want to do typing?
Well, the answer right now, at this exact moment, is you have to do both.
Right. If you want to get paid.
If you want to get paid.
If you want to get credited.
Correct.
If you want to get played.
Right. If you want to have the opportunity for your music to be in a trailer or in a TV show or in a commercial, if it ends up on a TikTok video that goes viral, right? And that results in X amount of streaming, this data has to be in there in order for you to get all of the royalties that you were owed.
Right. So you're in a catch-22.
Right.
You either spend your time making your art.
Yep.
And not get registered, played, credited, and paid. Or you spend your time doing that and you lose the time that you have actually creating, which is the reason why you're here to begin with.
Exactly. I'm a composer. I was put on this planet to compose music.
Yep.
Right. And I was spending my time entering data in multiple places. You and I, at the time, we were talking every Friday, and you're like, how's it going? And I'm like, dude, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah, there has to be a better way. Right? This is where everything starts. It's like, this sucks. I want more music and less typing. Right?
That's right.
This is not what I'm here for. There has to be a better way to do that. So obviously where this story goes is we were like, this is incredibly stupid. If this doesn't exist, we're going to build something so that we don't have to deal with this.
Here's to the crazy ones, right? Like that's your response. You're just like, hey, let's build this.
Let's just build it. Because, how hard could it be?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but so what we just said was, well, if this doesn't exist and every single indie musician on the planet has to do this, if they're going to get paid, if they're going to get played, if they're going to get credit, if people are going to find out who they are, if they can actually get their music out there, if that doesn't exist, we just have to make it. Guess what? That's what we're doing.